Hello everybody, it's me RivalGaz, aka Gary Lee, Real Gaz here. I've just got a few things to talk through. Usually we just talk about 3 points on the PhD, 3 points on gaming, and 3 points on the stream. So today I'm going to be just moseying around doing this at the same time. This is Ghost of Tsushima if you haven't really seen this game before. I'm already at the quest location. However, I wouldn't mind just doing a little bit of an explore for a bit. The reason why we're playing this game is because there is a very popular streamer out there. Their name is Kai Cenat. They're an American streamer. And basically, they're being called the Gamer of the Year this year, based on all of their gaming accomplishments. And what they did was, well, at least what stands out to me, was they actually played 3 games that are in my backlog that I've always wanted to play properly and never really have played properly. One of them is this very game, Ghost of Tsushima. Another game is Red Dead Redemption 2, which is this game here. It's the cowboy game, or the outlaw game, better said. And then the last one is a game called Elden Ring, which, if you're into game stuff, you may have seen some people beating that game with like dance pads or flutes, or actually like playing the game twice over, like one on one controller, one on another controller. Some people like using their brains and the electrical activity of their brain to like play the game. I've got something here that I can collect. Let's have a look. Island Keeper. Oh, sick. Oh, this one's pretty neat. I'm using this one. I think this is a special one. I also like this one. This was actually really cool, but like we just got this one, so we'll equip it. Looks tidy. Right. So I wanted to play the same games as Kai, and I was planning on doing that in my own way. However, with everything going on and us not really knowing what we're going to do after kick in regards to if we're going to stream on Twitch and do the Starlight Children's Foundation thing, which we never got the email for, which kind of, that's all you need to know, pal. Or streaming on YouTube or TikTok or Facebook or whatever, you know. We haven't really decided. But one thing that does stand out, though, is in my own journey, there is like this concept known as the hero's journey in literature and narrative studies and so on. So like the hero's journey is basically, you know, what kind of happens to the main character, right? And as you can tell, if it's got the word hero in it, well, there should be like a hero. And I actually found it, but I won't show it to you because like I'm playing, but I found a piece. I would consider it a research output myself. It's very handy, but not really the typical thing that you would expect. You would kind of find it maybe as extra info with a journal article or a larger research report. But basically this person did like a little bit of a literature review of the hero's journey. Correct. Right? And that was so handy, because it cut down a whole bunch of time. You dead! Oh yes, where were you? Alright, big fella. That's actually amazing. I love it. Okay. Sword wielding dude. Where you at? Okay, I'll rescue you. So that actually saved me a whole ton of time of having to go and do that kind of myself. And to be fair, I feel like most people never really would. But I wanted to bring it up because this is going to assist me later as part of my literature review in terms of exploring themes of eliteness in the narrative of the game and how the game lends itself to lived experiences of eliteness as people. And I'm looking for the compatibility, the causal relationship, or at the very least, the cooperative relationship between having a game that has elite themes and players who have exceptional skills or abilities or knowledge or a demonstrable aspect of playing. So that was really great to find. The second point about my PhD that I want to talk about this week is not the easiest one to talk about for me, and it's something that I've been trying to work on and I want to keep working on, right? But like part of being authentic is just going through all the motions and emotions with you guys so you can see where I'm at, because my experiences they're not that special. They're actually just available for you to see, because quite frankly, if I experience something, then many people would experience it. Like, for example, if I experience a good time in this game, many people probably would have experienced a good time in this game. Or if I experienced a bad time in, say, Red Dead Redemption 2 being a little slow or boring or difficult to get into, then I probably wouldn't be the only person who has experienced that. So the point is, as it relates to the PhD, is for the past like week or longer, I've been personally trying to have a more positive attitude about Charles Darwin University. Let me just state that, like, it's my hometown university. You know, I've been studying here or having something to do with this place for like 15 years or more now. And I acknowledge the fact that there's not that many locals here. And there's a lot of people from not only all over the world, but all over Australia here trying to make it and do their thing. And the university being a young university, embattled with its challenges, being in a, you know, operating in the regional context that it does, with the type of talent and people that it can attract to facilitate educational experiences and stuff, you know, just really hasn't been great. What I'm really thrilled about is, because I got to study that thing with Harvard, like, I understand how I learn and how I study and how I can perform at my very best and also be the very best teacher and educator that I can be, right? So someone like me can actually excel in these circumstances, whereas most people don't and can't and won't, right? But basically, it's like I've been negative about it, but it's because it's been a negative experience and I can't kind of do anything about that. I don't want to lie or embellish it or whatever, or just dismiss it or keep my head in the sand about it. You know, it's really challenging watching people get ahead and getting stuff, whereas, like, you know, I kind of like get nothing. And the irony is there, you know, like, I get on LinkedIn and then I see senior executives and figureheads saying stuff about the university, and positive things, they're just trying to spruik. And then just before reading the spruik, I'm seeing stuff that is the opposite of what it is they're saying. So not to like spill the beans, but it's basically something like that. And this kind of smoke and mirrors, or just straight up ignoring what's happening, or pretending like it's not real or whatever, is just really fascinating for me to see. And seeing that kind of made me feel like maybe I should just be focusing on telling a positive story or whatever, or putting a spin on it or whatever. But I feel like because I am local, and I am, in my opinion, completely capable and certainly able to be one of the best at what I do, that I'm just going to call a spade, and if it's cooked, it's cooked. And some people might not like that. Some people might not respect that. Some people might want me to toe a party line or something. But I've always kind of found that, at least in my experience here, everyone's just kind of coming to take their own and then leave. Most people who come here, like, professionally, it's terminal. Like, they can't excel anywhere else, and it's really quite rare that I see someone come through this place and then go off to do something spectacular afterwards. I'm talking about academics, right? I'm not talking about the student body. People who are capable of incredible things locally here in Darwin go to where the incredible things are happening. And I feel like, for myself, the pretenses and why I chose to come here and study here in the face of all of that, like I've said it before, but if I had known what I was actually going to get versus what I was promised, I would have never come here. And it makes me think, like, how, I'm not whinging about it, but like, it just makes me think about how there's like this negative reinforcement cycle. And so on the topic of being more positive about this regional university, I kind of have to try find a way to build a bridge over that. The thing is that it's such a small and embattled university, it's such a young university, and like I said, with the type of people who are here and stuff, it's not really possible for a local like me to do anything. Like, they don't care. Like, they don't care. They don't care that there's a guy who will stream every single moment of their PhD experience. They don't. Because if they cared, why would they go and offer like a photography prize? Why aren't they offering prizes for students and PhD candidates to publish and do actual research rather than just take photographs? Like, my stream is 30 frames a second. I take 30 photographs a second. It's stupid. These people and their plans and stuff, I don't agree with them. I know what they're trying to do. They're just trying to tell a positive story and stuff, but they're trying to like varnish over all the imperfections rather than just fixing the imperfections. And maybe these people who are here just incompetent at doing that. But again, it's not necessarily any individual's fault, because this is like a bigger, broader organization. And if you have a business education, then you'd understand that like organizations and corporations and stuff have their own situation going on, and you can't do much about that. It's really difficult to get that change going. You need a lot of good folks or an incredible leader. Now, I am an incredible leader, but like, there ain't a lot for me to do. So on the topic of being more positive about the place and stuff, it's like, I'm going to still call a spade a spade. And if I see something remarkable, then I'm going to be positive about that. But like this week, because all I'm really doing in my PhD is reading, creating my artifacts, getting the streamer experiences and all this kind of stuff. And you know, when I got that SMS saying like, you're eligible for scholarships, apply, it's just like such a kick in the gut. Because why would you text me that after telling me that I'm not good enough? You know, like, there's supposed to be scholarships for people who are in my economic situation or from my economic background. And like, they cannot even give me any proof that they consider that. They won't reveal anything. The only thing they told me was to publish more, but that won't make up for the fact. So let me just say that again, right? If you are not from the class or background, it's not technically possible for you to get first class honors. You are not from that. You are not to be doing that. You can do that, but you're only going to be doing that because people of that class are there to push you through. It's not possible for you otherwise, right? You wouldn't even know who to ask or how to ask whatever it is that you're asking, because it's so specialized and so privileged. And then to say, no, we won't offer you any proof of considering who and what you actually are and where you're from in this society, in this country. You're going to be lied to by the most awarded people of this country. You know, the betrayal is really deep, but no one cares. So for me to be more positive is something that I'm going to try hard to work on, because, you know, the missus did the PhD here and works here to make a difference, and I'm a Territorian, she's a new Territorian too, and I'm trying to not follow in her footsteps per se, but like I said earlier, you know, if she didn't finish, then no money comes from the federal government to pay for the next guy, and now she's finished and the next guy's here, and that's me. But obviously the accounting isn't that black and white, so smooth. But that's like the gist of it. And then what can we do for Darwin, the Northern Territory, this university, and for the thousands of people that come through here? You know, like my course, the one that I designed, has the graduates of my course almost have 100% employment rate. You know, in the community service sector, it's actually incredible. But no recognition or nothing for me. So you know, it's a two-way street. If the university doesn't want to be positive about me, how can I be positive about the university? But I'll say this though, like, in terms of alternatives, because there's that new Dean of Graduate Studies who came through, right? So I got a reference from the former Dean of Graduate Studies to be the pupil of the then Dean of Graduate Studies to do one of the most innovative things in Australian PhDs in a long time. And then the new Dean of Graduate Studies is the same dude who yelled at my missus on the phone and told me there's no scholarship for you and stuff. I don't even know if I'll pass the confirmation of candidature at this university simply based on the university and the people here, not based on my ability whatsoever. That's why I'm so nonchalant about doing anything about this place or whatever. But in the long term, it's like, I can have a vision, I can have goals, I can have a trust and a faith in myself and what I can do on God, but that ain't nothing when we live in a world with people. We live in a society, but the people, you know what I mean, don't want that change, or it's incompatible with it or whatever. And matter of factly speaking, life is too short to be dilly-dallying about in situations where the door is closed and people don't actually care, you know, in a place where it's terminal. It's stupid. I'm the best my missus is the best, and then I've kind of screwed up my life because I've like placed us in a situation where we are just in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by, as far as I can tell, buffoons. I haven't seen anything at all where I've been. I could even find a reason to smile. So I got to turn all of this around somehow, and the easiest way to do it is to take us out of this place. But that's the thing. That's the thing. Most people cannot get out of this situation. They're not good enough. That's why they're here in the first place, in my opinion. Right? That's why they're here in the first place. Only a handful of people genuinely care about the territory, its people, and the intellectual roots of this university. Most people don't even know the history of the place or whatever, don't even care. Most people just want to come here and then escalate their salary higher. But I know I can be more positive and make a difference. But like I said, why bother to do it here? Why not focus on where you actually can make that difference for the most possible people to have that impact, just like the way that McDonald's speaks. So yeah, I'm going to try to be more positive about CDU, but like there's a certain adversity going on there, because like there was that guy on LinkedIn who was like, you know, I'm trying to go to Cambridge, and they are an AI expert, and their work is already in use at Harvard and places like this. And they've given talks at the ANU, where I'm from. That's my alma mater. And I took myself there. What I'm getting at is like that guy was trying to get to Cambridge. Everything was all set up. They couldn't get the funding, so they couldn't go. You know, that's really rough. That's really rough, you know. And so I commented and I was like, look, mate, don't settle. Don't do what I did, because I am one of the best. And then I didn't keep pushing. I settled for this, and now I'm just treated like crap, like dirt all day long. Don't even get invited to my university. The only time I've been invited, right, is by some seeming 20-something to go and work for free. That's it. Come to the open day or whatever and work for free. You'll get a participation certificate that you can show your future employer. I'm the boss, mate. I hire you. It's so stupid. You know, I'm supposed to get a little office. Where is it? Nothing. That's the thing. This whole place is smokes and mirrors. And I'm not ashamed of that, right? But I do know this. There are many people who have shame here and should be shamed for it. And I don't want their shame to contaminate all the hard work and all the excellence that I embody and what I am capable of and the difference that I'm going to make in the world. I don't want their shame to tarnish that. If anything, I don't know, I just got to like put that on God, and I know I'm here for my reason or for whatever. It was like I was telling Lady Gaz how when I was growing up, because I was, you know, from the background that I was from, so like it would not be possible for a person like me to leave where I am from, but somehow I managed to leave when I was a younger man, and like my eyes were open and everything. And for so long growing up, I had a inner resentment because like everyone was going and exploring and living, and I couldn't do anything. I was just trapped here in this systemic poverty, and what can be done for me. But when my time came, it made me appreciate it all the better. And now I don't have a wanderlust. What I have is a drive to go and to have that fullness in my life and to make that difference in others. So yeah, I'm going to try to tell more positive stories about CDU if I can, but if I can't, I can't. The final point about the PhD this week, just on the topic of the PhD, is on Corsair and peripherals, right? So Corsair if you haven't already applied, guys, and you are a streamer, you got to look them up on Twitter. But if you go to the Corsair Twitter, should be Corsair ANZ, they're looking for grassroots creators to like make some content. I think they'll send you a keyboard or a mouse and you do some reviews or whatever. So like, I filled that in myself, but not with the intention of actually doing the reviews. With the intention of just introducing myself, because there could be someone on that team who knows a whole ton about the peripherals, keyboards and mice and headsets and all sorts. And that's like super important to me, because that's how we game. And like, you know, it makes a difference. A controller that works real good, or a keyboard that works real good for you, or whatever, or a mouse that works real good for you. Like, there's all these technical parameters, and there's literally so much to explore. It's a literal PhD in and of itself, looking at the effects of peripherals and stuff. So I'm hoping that I could talk to either someone from marketing or R&D. So that was like my ulterior motive for filling in that form. Same with Razer. I'd love to really be able to contact them, but the reason why I bring up the Corsair thing and make it a point is because, like, when I did not get the scholarship, it's like, now you're coming with even less, and you're trying to, like, interact with these billion-dollar companies that are huge. Like, huge influence, huge importance, huge relevance, you know, like more money than Hollywood type of thing. You know, everyone's doing it. It's the epitome of cool. It's total peak right now. And what I'm getting at is like, how can I make those positive impressions and inroads and network successfully if I'm not fully backed by the people here? You know, I'm going to have to replace all of that and so on and so forth. So the reason why I bring it up is because I want to signal two things. A, my mind is on the human-computer interaction element of gaming and elite gaming at that. And B, I'm starting to get over the setback and move forward with our cooperative endeavors regardless with other people, right? And it's all about telling that more positive story. It's just a wee bit tricky at the minute, because you got to get yourself in the mindset and everything like that, right? So on the one hand, you know, it's another day in paradise here. I get such an incredibly high quality of life here. It's insane. It's great. But at the same time, it's also just boring and quiet and rip, just like that. I was meant to press circle before I landed. Maybe this one's too high for Jin to press circle on. But yeah, you know, it's literally an F. Okay, we can climb down here. Or maybe I should say an L. But yeah, kind of due for a sea change here, but that's the cool thing. Actually, this is a positive thing that I can say about studying with CDU, is that, like, I can do anything that I want whenever I want to, including kick a dog when it's down, instead of just, like, rescuing it and rehoming it, which sounds terrible. I regret saying that. But, like, you know, I can always move. I could go to Sydney. I could go to New York. I can go wherever I want to, but I have to, you know, organize all of that. And this is actually something that I haven't spoken about in a really long time, so this will be the fourth point, but I'll only cover off on it very, very briefly, which is we're supposed to be going to the States this year and everything else, right? And so not getting the funding has put a pin in everything, because I have to replace that money first before I do anything leisurely. And that has a negative impact on Lady Gaz and her career as well, because now she's being set back. Well, you know, we'll find a way. But it isn't all doom and gloom like this burnt village up ahead, because quite frankly, there's other things that I have not even spoken about or revealed on my stream and during these PhD updates that we're working on and we're cooking up, right? And so basically, I can cry all I want about the setbacks that I have, but we work on even bigger things. Do you know what I mean? And these bigger things are coming into place, and I kind of remind myself of Dutch Vanderlyn from RD2, the way that I'm talking, but you're just going to have to keep the faith, guys. So the America trip is simply up in the air, not because we don't have strong links with prestigious institutions over there, but it's because I want to make a good run of it, and I want to make sure that we are putting our absolute best foot forward at all times. So there may be a delay, but the delay is, on the one hand, it's because I did not pull off the scholarship, but that is not a hard no. That's just a consideration. Let's redraft the plan. The delay is also half of the delay is going to be because of something that we're cooking up in the background too, that is actually progressing and getting ahead. But it's not really for me to be doing. You know, it's for me to be supporting, and supporting means sacrifice. And so I'll be sacrificing certain things in order to make this happen, right? But on the whole, you just gotta trust. And it won't be long, hopefully we'll be able to start revealing some of these things too. But it's not stream related or whatever. It's real Gaz, my life, Lady Gaz, what we're doing with our professional careers and where we're going and what we're trying to do. Right? So that's kind of all the things that we've been doing on the PhD. So to recap, it's like we found the way that they did that hero's journey thing. That got the wheels moving for how I could explain a whole bunch of concepts. And that also fast forwarded a whole bunch of stuff that I needed to do. Talking about being more positive about CDU and how I'll call a spade, but also like I want to change my tune. But ultimately, I'm responsible for that, and I got to sort of like just start tuning out all the BS. And remember that time, guys, I read The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck on stream, and I was just sitting in my hammock all day while everyone else was busting their gut at work. I just got to do that. Yeah? It's my own story, my own way. People who don't hold a candle to me not seeing the value that I bring and wanting to invest in Darwin, in me, in a Territorian, that's fine. So be it. You know? Whatever. I won't allow the judgments of these people to be true judgments of me. If that makes sense. That's not how it works, but that's kind of tangential of that thing still exists. You can't not, you know, it's like it lingers over you like a cloud or behind you. You can't not acknowledge that reality of those things are happening, but I will divorce myself from that and focus on moving ahead. You know what I mean? Like plenty of good role models for copping the flack and then just getting to your goal and doing what you need to do, and that's what we're going to do. And so finally getting into trying to start networking and connecting with the companies, the brands, and the people that are responsible for making this elite gaming phenomenon more tangible and understandable and knowable for me to be able to do what I do is really cool, right? Let's talk about gaming. So I've only got sort of 2 points on gaming at the minute. One is on our RoboQuest progress, right? RoboQuest is a shooting game. You play as little robots and stuff. It's super fun. I really enjoy it. It's got speedrun potential. I don't know why I can't pull off that jump roll. It's got huge speedrun potential. It's super fun. And like we are progressing on that. There's various difficulties that you have to unlock, and we are unlocking those difficulties. And when we want to play fast, we can play fast, right? So fast is like under 20 minutes or whatever, and we are playing around 30 minutes. So I feel like if Subpar and I keep practicing, or even if Subpar, it's not about Subpar, it's about me. I don't mean to be rude to that bloke, but like, you know, we're playing together and we're doing this, but if it was something to get like more serious about or whatever, it's like, there's a number of pretty talented Australian speedrunners out there. At least one guy that I saw who's looking for a partner. I'm not saying that I'm going to give this bloke the flick. What I'm saying is that like there are more people out there who are trying to do the same thing. So if something were to happen where he wouldn't be able to play, I might be able to still continue exploring this concept with other speedrunners. And what is really positive and a lot more advantageous is the fact that due to the fact that there are other people out there, there's like interview subjects and people that we could talk to about their RoboQuest journeys and what eliteness as a RoboQuester kind of means to them. Now, let's talk about Red Dead 2 and Ghost of Tsushima. So this is Ghosts at the minute, right? And I'm not going to lie, guys, this is probably my favorite game that I've played in a really long time. It is such a fun game. And the only thing that I can say about it is that, like, whoa, the game kind of didn't age that great. When I say it did not age that great, I mean like it aged real good. Like the gameplay and stuff is hecka fun, but it's this peak graphics thing is not that amazing. Like, I feel like Red Dead is just as old, and some of what they were able to pull off was like, I was astounded. Truly astounded. But that's okay. They're two totally different things. This game is way more fun as like immediately off the bat, and gets so much of the whole Assassin's Creed inspired gameplay right. Just in terms of simplicity and never having to worry about overly detailed or complex systems in a game, right? And cool story, difficulty curve is perfect, but it ain't no Souls type of thing, you know what I mean? Ain't no Elden Ring. Really good like baby steps towards Elden Ring though, that's for sure. That's for sure. Really good baby steps towards that, because you get all open world, RPG light, timing, deflex. I don't know if deflex are in Elden Ring, because I haven't looked into it in enough detail. Whoops, keep wasting my kunais. As you can tell when I'm playing and talking, like it's a little bit lax. I was doing really good at Helldivers though when we were doing them level 9 dives. So I was able to be in a professional setting while level 9 diving. That was wicked. But again, that's a team coordinated effort, right? So yeah, there's the kind of only two gaming things that I really have to say at the minute, is that this game is a 10. And I want to do another playthrough of this game at like max settings or whatever on PC and do that ultra hard mode. Same with Red Dead 2. I'd love to see what that game is really capable of. And I suppose as a bonus, it's like yesterday Scuff was talking to me. Scuff is one of our regular viewers. He was with us on Twitch. But like, he would like me to play a game called Skyrim, right? So yesterday I was actually looking at all those Skyrim mods and stuff to see what you could do with that game. And there is so much elite gaming, or at the very least, beyond the norm, like a few standard deviations out of play that is evidenced with that Elder Scrolls title, Skyrim. You know, so I'm really excited to explore that and do all of that kind of stuff for you guys at some point. But it's looking like Elden Ring will definitely be the next game after this, though. And we'll most likely be doing that on Kick. Because it would be cool to be able to beat it, because I got less than 200 hours left, right? I got like 150 hours left, so it would be that time pressure to get the game finished might add a whole new dimension to my play and my experience of that game, in comparison to doing it for like charity, for the children's charity stream that we intended to do, but never got the email to confirm that they wanted me. So yeah, I'll just do it here instead, type of thing. And, you know, being a smaller streamer, there's something that I've had to get over and accept, and now that I value, which is that the experiences of the game, like when you play and stream, it's about sharing. And like, I get to share more than ever through streaming. Sometimes there's a desire to like want to stream and share to an even bigger audience with even more people and stuff, and I think that's normal, but it's not really in my cards in my lot. I'm not a popular person or whatever, you know. I'm not, look at my results, I'm clearly not really even that special as a streamer or anything like that. That's why it was so important that I found something else that I could do that complements what I was doing, that will amount to something, aka the PhD, right? So, you know, coming around and accepting all these things and what your lot is and what you got and where you're at and what you really are and stuff, it's like, it's kind of like high school all over again in a lot of ways, you know. But I ain't bitter about it or sad about it. I'm really happy and I really enjoy it, which is why I get so annoyed at platforms like Kick that want to go and say, you know, I'm going to put you in Ghost of Tsushima category, or I'm going to change your categories. At least they don't change the titles, you know. Like, I stream, a copy of my stream is restreamed kind of thing to Kick, and it belongs in Watch Party Other. It is not like a stream. I'm not streaming Ghost of Tsushima for all of Kick to watch in hopes of being on the front page so I can get the Kick Creator Incentive Program, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm a user of the platform, not an affiliate, not a partner. Sign no contracts or nothing. I just agree to your TOS. And like, maybe they feel differently about it, who knows? But like, I just wish they would stop interfering like that. But it also goes to show that the people at Kick don't even know who I am or what I'm about or anything. Because if they did, fudge, they might be like, yeah, okay, cool, there's no reason to change that or whatever. Man, screwing up those standoffs are so punishing. And then, like, if you're playing on that hardest difficulty, I'd just be dead. But that ain't no worry. Alright, the final point, because we talk about the PhD, we talk about gaming, and then we talk about stream. One thing that did come to mind, though, about gaming is that there's new Counter-Strike rules for tourneys that are going to come into effect. I have not reviewed them yet, but that's very interesting, because I would like Counter-Strike to be one of my games in my study. Okay, stream. So 3 points is YouTube or Facebook, streaming live events, and the Kick final 200 hours. Thank you, Kratzy. That's okay. So YouTube or Facebook, right? What's really interesting is that I really wanted to do TikTok. We even applied for that job at TikTok. Still haven't heard back from them, and that's okay. That tells me all I need to know. I did find another role with an American company, and I was talking about that yesterday in security, but like, I haven't applied for that yet. That looks really good. Okay, let's go, Little Fox. I like how he's got a little house there. So, the reason why I'm 50-50 on TikTok at the minute is simply because their official advice is that they prefer shorter streams rather than big streams. Right? When I say big streams, I mean like 8-hour streams. What I like about Facebook is that Facebook doesn't mind if you do 8-hour streams. They have a limit at 8 hours for a stream. And that's pretty much perfect for me, because what ends up happening for me on Kick, and it also happened on Twitch, is that because there's no cap, I might find myself streaming for 12, 14 hours or something like that sometimes. And it's not necessarily healthy, advantageous, or beneficial in any way. It's just like, I just did a huge chunker of a stream. Really cool. And it has a role and a place, right? But like, I don't really plan on doing 10 to 12 hour streams. I can, and I do like them, but like, I just simply don't have the audience to do a 12-hour stream or a 24-hour stream. You know, like, I think about my favorite streaming case study, which is Asmongold. And it's like, you know, if I had 75 people or whatever, of course I'd do 12-hour streams. I'd do 14-hour streams. We'd be hanging out all the time, guys, but like, it's not like that. Only got our small little community, and with our small little community, I feel like business hour times is more than adequate for servicing them, for content, experiences, doing all the streamer things that we need to do to get on recording for the PhD and all this kind of stuff. So what I like about Facebook is that they're like 8 hours, that's it, no more. YouTube is whatever. What I like about YouTube is that it's a one-stop shop. That's really good. Everything goes on YouTube anyway. It makes it super easy and great for long-time VOD storage and stuff, which is awesome. And I'm surprised we didn't get that boar in one shot. Just a sec. Fudge. Just face it down, I guess, and press square. Alright, boy, you live another day. I'm escaping. So yeah, I feel like for TikTok, it's just about making TikToks, actual OC TikToks, or at the very least, like a dedicated shorts, or exclusive shorts would be better said. Exclusive stream shorts, or actual OC TikToks. Grow that to 1,000 and then see what we can do for shorter streams there. Facebook, because unlike YouTube, everybody has to, you know, you got to be who you are in real life. You got to use your real name on Facebook and stuff, and 99% of our users here will not come across to Facebook, and that's okay. No worries. You lose people. We always close the Discord anyway after the season, because we build it, they come, they go when it's over. You know, playtime's over, guys. Thank you very much for watching the show and enjoying the content that I produced. So I don't mind if they don't come along. That's fine. See, as the streamer, I'm not overly parasocial. I'm in a good mental health space when it comes to interacting with all these people. Don't forget, guys, that RivalGaz is the streamer from the future, the best friend you never had. That's the character. That's who I'm playing. That's what I'm doing. When I'm playing games with Subpire and hanging out with him and all this stuff, it's like, don't get it twisted. I'm not using that man. That's not what's happening here. I'm not using him for content or money or anything like that, or to get my work done. You know, I was literally expressing how there's more qualified candidates for that. It's just quite literally two people getting along. He's a content professional in and of himself, right? So his content goes on people's skin for life. Mine's a little bit different. Mine's going to give you brain rot. What I'm saying is, though, is that, like, RivalGaz is going to be excellent to everybody all the time, or at least to the best of my ability while I'm playing the character. And if our audience and viewership and the community don't come along and transfer across to Facebook, if we go to Facebook, because they're moniker people, they're online persona people, they're usernames people, you know, they are Deadly Dan, not Daniel Smith. you know what I mean? If they're not compatible, they're not compatible. That's fine. It's about exploring the platforms, exploring the audiences that are there, and the experiences that are there on the platform. And by exploring, it's like looking at the technical aspects, looking at what you can do, what you can't do, what the rules are, what the cultures are, what the communities and the ecosystem, and again, the experience, and seeing how it impacts your gameplay and everything else. So, for example, the literature says that depending on where you stream and how you play, well, and so on, like in the context of what you're doing, it will impact your play. Sometimes for better and sometimes for worse. And like, I'm pleased with my speed running games and what I do. When I want to push it and try to be the best gamer that I can be on this platform, I can. But at the same time, though, I can tell you that Kick is clearly the, and I'm sorry guys, but it's clearly the inferior platform for pro gamers. Twitch is definitely the land for pro gamers. Twitch, Steam, YouTube, Facebook gaming to an extent, no doubt. But yeah, I'm excited to check out Facebook because there should be like more real people around, less trolly people, or less how do I put it, like just as different online environments and streaming platforms and circumstances will affect the streamer, so too will it affect the user base and their interactions with that streamer and the community and everything else. Like, I can see it. I can see it in my own viewership. Even Kratzy, right? Even Kratzy. He will push the envelope more and say more risque stuff on this platform than what he would ever be caught typing into a chat box on Twitch. And that's not anything on him. It's just like to prove the point. Even myself, I swear more on this platform than what I do on Twitch, as an example. Sometimes, like, you gotta check yourself and where you're at and what you're doing. So I'm kind of looking again at YouTube or Facebook because people have told me that they enjoy my long form streams and that I shouldn't stop doing them. But I do, on streaming and producing content, like, I do need time off because I do have 2,000 hours of content to go through. So I feel like I got to go through and do all that at some point. I've got 2 final points here. Streaming live events in the final 200 hours of Kick. Well, the final 200 hours of Kick is basically just play that game, Elden Ring. Just wait. Gnarly. Can I get him? Ooh, he's stepping this guy. Ow. Bro, that ain't cool, mate. Now, streaming live events, right? So I wanted to stream the air show thing for you guys yesterday at Middle Beach. I really did. But I'm so glad that I didn't. And actually, my stream would have been better, in my opinion, than the one that the RAF put on. Right? So I was thinking like, oh God, I feel so bad I didn't stream it, you know? But as I was discussing with you guys yesterday, it was like, at the time that the event was on, I don't really have an audience. So I will just go there and I will just like get photos and a few videos and I can show them to you later if you guys want to see for community management and things like this. Then I thought maybe I could do a restream of the event and just stay at home and miss the event, you know, and commentate the restream type of thing and show that side of me as a streamer. But to be perfectly honest, like, because I have been streaming effectively 8 hours a day, 7 days a week for so long, I really needed to get out of the house and go to that event. And I just had an absolute ball. It was so great. It was like one of the best days or best outings that I've had in the longest time. And I'm so thrilled that I went and I did that. And I did not stream it. And I just got to have the time for myself to enjoy it for myself. And I think that's something that is completely underappreciated for streamers. And something that is very fascinating to me in terms of the type of, is it mental health? Mental health doesn't feel like the right thing, but like the holistic. Ooh, Pillar of Honor. Oh, this one is sick. Azure Dragon, who fights for peace and plenty. Hell yeah, let's equip that. I'm fighting for peace and plenty at Charles Darwin University, guys. I really am. Hopefully I can make my difference, because I've made a difference at this university. I have, in my own way, and I already have. Been coming and going for 15 years, and I feel like my course and my impact and the work that my missus, my family does, and what we put in here every day, it is my difference. And like the students that I've taught and who have graduated and gone on to get their careers that I myself haven't really had the opportunity of relate to and be indulgent in. Yeah, but that's my own thing there. But look, guys, thank you very much for listening to this. I'm going to wrap up this PhD update now and get out of here so it doesn't run over an hour. Thanks for coming along and playing a little bit of Ghosts with me.